episode 16, 1-6. I looked it up before we started recording. Episode 16 of Peaked in College. Thank you to our loyal fans and viewers for watching and following along or listening to the podcast. We have a special fan here today, a viewer that I bumped into at Drake Relays. Shout out Drake Relays. And Jacob Horseman we have here coming to us from Des Moines, Iowa, and he said, David, I've been listening to every episode, and I was just so drawn aback that we had to have him on. So welcome, Jacob.
Thanks. It's good to be here.
Yep.
Listen every chance I can.
Yeah, we appreciate that. We appreciate the support. And we're going to be referring to him as Horse throughout the episode. So it's not an insult. It's his nickname, last name Horseman. So we're going to be calling him Horse. I think he's okay with it. Behind him there, we do not have a horse. I believe it's a male cow, which they call bull. He said it's an ox. So I want people to weigh in. Maybe shoot me a text, a Facebook message, see what you think. But I like the artwork, Horse.
Thanks.
Yeah, if you sit just right, it looks like you have horns on your head. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, see, that's a good look. Yeah, there you go. That's perfect. Good job. For the people listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, you're going to be very confused for the first 30 seconds of this episode, but that's okay. Maybe tune into the YouTube channel for the first 30 seconds. So, yeah, there's been a lot going on since the last time we had an episode. I think it's been like a month. That's usually what happens. Craig and I, after each time we record, we say, all right, what do you think? Maybe next week, get an episode going, maybe 2 weeks, and then it ends up just being like 6 weeks.
Well, that's not too bad. I mean, it's a summer, too. Like that. I guess actually I'll say this for my grinds my gears, but like the summer's just busy.
Yeah, the summer is busy. I mean, it's been a busy time. Yeah, I got plenty to complain about, so I'm cool starting with grinds my gears. One of the grinds my gears, we talked about it on an earlier episode, but a broad grinds my gears is moving. So I don't know, Horse, if you have anything that can contribute here. Have you moved recently, or have you been staying in the same place for the last couple of years?
I haven't. I moved in 2020. Was the last time I moved, and I hate moving.
Moving sucks. Yeah. Do you live with your girlfriend then?
Yep, she has a condo in Des Moines, so I moved in with her.
Fiance or girlfriend?
Girlfriend.
Okay. No pressure.
You're asking the hard-hitting questions early today.
Yeah. But that's good. You're living together. How's that been going? Been going okay? You got any grinds like years of living with your girlfriend?
Not with that, no.
All right, smart man, Horse. That was the test. Good job. You passed. Craig, what about you? Any grinds my gears living with your fiance, Sophia?
No, I think she'd have a lot about me, but she's easy to live with.
I believe she just had a birthday, so happy birthday, Sophia. What'd you guys do to celebrate?
It's her birthday tomorrow.
Oh,
so
happy early birthday, Sophia. Yeah. When this drops, it'll probably
very good, David.
Yeah. Sorry.
I almost forgot, so thanks for the reminder.
Yeah, you're welcome. Do you have any plans?
We're just going out for a drink after work tomorrow, and then she loves John Mulaney, so we're going to a John Mulaney show on Friday, and we have some friends coming into town, so should be a good funny weekend.
Yeah, sometimes I forget that you're in Chicago now, and I feel like there's a lot of things going on in Chicago. So, she said John Mulaney on this weekend, and who was the other thing you're going to?
Just drinks and dinner tomorrow. So
nice. Make sure she gets the tab.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't forget. Yeah. Speaking of drinking, they're putting a Smash Park here in Omaha, Nebraska. I don't know if you guys saw on the Facebook page, but that's big news. That's big news for me. I'm a big Smash Park guy. Usually leave with the lights off in the old noggin of mine. I love that place. Usually has some good drink deals, fun things to play. So it's a good time.
So I've actually never been to Smash Park. That's the place that has like pickleball and a bunch of games, right?
Yeah, talk about a red flag, Horse, huh?
Yeah, I know.
Have you ever been to Smash Park?
Yeah, you got to go for fish bowls. Fish bowls are the best.
Yep.
Like those the big things you split with people.
Oh yeah. During COVID.
Yourself.
Yeah. You can drink it yourself. They have mini ones or big ones. So like the prototypical like little fish bowls that they give you like when you win a goldfish at like a county fair or something.
Yep.
You guys ever won a goldfish at a county fair and brought it home?
I haven't been to many county fairs.
Are you just shitty at games or what?
I didn't go to fairs as a kid.
I never went to the fair as a kid either, really. I go to the Iowa State Fair now, but I never went as a kid.
This isn't Wisconsin, David.
Dude, yeah. We used to go to the Wisconsin Fair all the time and try to win the little games. We also had a little fair in Greendale. They put me up on the dunk tank once, actually, at the Greendale. We call it Village Days because it's like the village of Greendale. So yeah, they put me in the dunk tank. I was like, during the week they put like the good athletes over the weekend to get more money, but they had to fill the slots, so they put the backup up
JV
there.
athletes
Yeah, it was just like my 3 or 4 really good buddies that showed up and and tried to dunk me. So, but that's good. I stayed relatively dry at least because they suck. Okay, so you're not big fair guys. Horse, now that you're going to the Iowa State Fair, do you play any games there, or you got any top food items that you're always seeking out?
I feel like you got to get a corn dog if you go to the fair.
Okay, mini corn dogs or on the stick?
On the stick.
Okay.
Or like Iowa, you got to get a pork chop on a stick.
Okay.
Those are good. I'm a big corn dog fan too.
Yeah, I used to smack mini corn dogs when I was a kid. I used to eat a lot of those bad boys. When you eat a corn dog on a stick, do you guys like? Are you dippers in condiments, or are you like squeeze it on the corn dog?
I'm a dipper. I like to dip it.
You're a dipper. Okay.
Too messy.
Craig, what about you?
I did.
You guys are both dippers. Are you guys? Do you hold it with 2 hands or 1 hand?
I think one. It's not that big, is it?
Yeah, just one. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it would look funny though, someone grabbing it with 2 hands, wouldn't it? You know what else is big at the Iowa State Fair? They have those buckets of chocolate chip cookies. You ever get those? Ever dive into those?
Those are my girlfriend's favorite. We have to get a bucket every fair.
Oh yeah, that's a classic stop. Craig, you ever been to the Iowa State Fair, Craig?
So I haven't, and I got in a lot of arguments because even though I'm like, crapping on fairs, like I do argue that the Minnesota Fair is a lot better than the Iowa one, but I've actually never been to the Iowa one. So, but I have had the cookie bucket up in Minnesota, probably better than the Iowa one. Would recommend.
You got just as much fair credibility as Josh McInerney does March Madness talk.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand how you go to Drake for 4 years and never go to the fair. It's almost like you're like.
I was never there in the summer.
You never stayed one summer in Des Moines?
No, because I was in Louisville for 2 summers, and then I think I was up in Minnesota for the others. Yeah, coaching tennis. So.
Yeah, I forgot you did like summer internships at Humana.
Yeah, some people have to work, David.
Dude, I was working
pharmacy and study all day.
When I was after freshman year of college. So I went home after freshman year. My parents wanted me to come home, live at home, save some money or whatever, because we were in the dorms, obviously. But then sophomore year, I wanted to stay at Drake because there's a lot going on. Everybody was there except for Craig. We were having a good time. I had a job at at Hy-Vee, so I could be working in air condition versus like my summer job last year as a freshman where I was working outside, like, lifting heavy things out in the heat. So I had a nice paying job at Hy-Vee. I could live with my boy Nate at the apartment. We could start our lease early and move in. But my parents were really against it, so I had to create a PowerPoint presentation to convince my mom to let me stay a summer in Des Moines. And then I ended up saying, every summer in Des Moines after that. So she was pretty apprehensive about it, but ended up letting me go.
That's awesome. Was it an overwhelming yes? Like, did you just move her to tears, or?
Yeah, I think I moved her to tears like in the wrong way. She was so upset. I think that like I worked so hard to get away from them that like she really took it as an insult. But to me, I didn't look at it as getting away from them. I looked at it as new opportunities to grow and spread my wings as the young butterfly that I was.
Shout out David's mom.
Yeah, thank you, Mom. I appreciate it. I was able to get closer with Nate Morehauser since then.
Spread your wings.
Yeah, that's good. Speaking of that, I was thinking about that the other day. I just went home to visit my family and my parents for a little bit while I had like time off between jobs, and I was thinking about like things that your parents taught you that really aren't like true, but you just you always believed in growing up. Do you guys have anything like that you can think of? I know I'm kind of throwing you on the spot.
So things that like our parents like made us think were true, but they're just like not.
Yeah, like things that like you grew up always believing in it, and then like you got to college or something, and people were like, "Dude, that's just not true." Or you just became an adult and you're like, "Yeah, that's just not true." You got nothing?
I've got one.
Horse, anything you can think of?
I can't think of one other than
Right.
like Santa Claus and Easter Bunny, but
Yeah, that's a good one. Who is sorry, every kid that's listening, or parents that you're listening around your kids, plug their ears for a minute here. But who was the first like holiday figure that you guys found out was not real?
Me, it was the Easter Bunny, I think.
Why? Did you catch your parents hiding the eggs?
No, but I think they just didn't try to hide like Easter egg hunts. Like just it was more obvious that there's a bunch of bunnies, and they didn't like try and make smart excuses for it. Like with Santa, like they would try and cover it up a little bit more. But I think with the Easter Bunny, it's kind of like, yeah, it's not as big of a deal. Like there's 2 Easter eggs in town. It's not worth trying to convince them. That kind of stuff.
There were a lot of Easter bunnies. Like it's kind of hard to like say like, yeah, there's just a bunch of Easter bunnies. Like you never really see more than one Santa at once.
Yeah.
But you could always see multiple Easter bunnies.
Also, Easter bunnies are kind of freaky. Like I don't know.
They do make creepy. They make creepy.
Yeah.
For sure.
That might have been part of it. I was like scared, so they were like, it's not real. I don't know.
They wanted to tell you that it wasn't real, so you could sleep at night.
Yeah, exactly.
Craig, what was the thing that your parents taught you that was not real?
So me and my siblings, we all grew up playing like piano and trumpet, and like pretty intensely. Like we would do like theory competitions. We'd have like competitions where we rehearse a song and like went and performed at these places. And I just like felt like I grew up in this world where like I expected everyone like to like always be like playing the piano. Like I thought that everyone like played instruments, and like that was just normal. Definitely not. I haven't touched an instrument in forever, and I'm kind of glad about it. I kind of miss it a little bit, but I definitely thought that like more people in their adult life would like just be jamming to their like trumpet, on a random Wednesday night.
Yeah, you thought like the dorm life would be like a scene out of High School Musical.
Yeah, exactly.
Were you ever really,
help my parents?
Were you ever really good like at any instruments?
I mean, like, I didn't really. Yeah, like I think we were good because we had to practice a lot, and like we did competitions. Like we weren't. My sister was really good, and my brother and my sister were both really good singers. I can't sing at all, and then I was like good at trumpet like through like 7th, 8th grade, and then I kind of stopped caring. So it was like I never cared enough about piano, so it was like I was never that good. But like we played enough where I was fine. If that makes sense.
So I would argue that you're pretty multi-talented with the instruments. Piano,
well, no, I can't do any of it.
Trumpet. Yeah, if you don't use it, you lose it for sure.
Yeah, I can't do anything now. So.
Well, I used to practice. I used to play piano growing up, and that's actually funny because I didn't think about that one. But yeah, my parents definitely convinced me that like every kid had to play an instrument. Like I was like, I don't want to play an instrument, and they're like, well, every kid does.
Right. Yes. Exactly.
Like, well, damn, if every kid does, I guess I'll do it. But then I like practiced my ass off, and surprise, surprise, I still sucked.
David, we should have a piano duel off. A pianist duel.
Dude, I don't want to have a pianist duel with you. Also, playing piano, that's like definitely a skill that if you do not use it, you lose it.
Yeah.
I used to jam out a little bit on the piano when I went to college and had to take music theory. I think it was freshman year. And I used to go in like the FAC rooms. You ever been in there, Horse, in FAC?
I went in there for like a practice interview, but I never had any classes in there. I took my art class for Drake was like JMC 58, that Photoshop class. So
Smart.
I wasn't messing around with any music or singing or anything.
See, that's actually a good class. Like Photoshop, I feel like you can use that skill, But see, Craig, the reason I took music theory was because Craig told me that it was a walk in the park and it was just easy class. So I signed up for it spring semester freshman year, and it was so hard, dude. I took it with this like psychotic music teacher that was like Beethoven's long lost great granddaughter. What do you have to say for yourself, Craig?
I was going to say there's no way that I told you to take that class because that is I took that, I think, fall semester with Cole Splitz-Tozer. I don't know if you remember him.
Oh, yeah.
He was a Gray Squad guy for a little bit. And that was one of the hardest classes I took at Drake. And this was like coming from like a music theory background. And like, yeah, that class sucked. Did you have to sing?
Yeah, dude.
I had a great time singing. Like I can't sing.
I had to go into the Horse. She made us go into office hours and sing to her. Like she would hand us sheet music. And we had to sing like do, re, mi, fa, so, like that thing. And like one time I'll go in there and I sang to her for the first time and she was like, that was horrendous. I was like, man, I just simply can't sing. Like, you can't expect me to come in here and just know how to sing. And she was just like, that was disrespectful to me. Like, go back home and practice and come back. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? So that was tough. I had to take some advice from Nate and get some singing lessons and come back for the next week. And I ended up passing the class, though, so that's good.
Did you guys have to sing as a class or just individually?
Oh, dude, individually, which is worse. I'd rather sing as a class.
Yeah, you can kind of hide.
Yeah, like you can hide in there. You cannot hide one-on-one in office hours, dude. And like I would start just belching out in her office hours. All the birds would fly away, the glass would shatter, and it was just like
She was mean too.
Yeah, it was probably a low point in my freshman year, I'd have to say. But I don't remember why I got into that. Oh yeah, because I would go into FAC and like in those little rooms they had pianos. So when I was practicing singing, I was too embarrassed to do it anywhere else. So I would go into FAC and I would like try to play piano. So I like retaught myself some piano songs and would sing along. Horse, you ever play any instruments? You ever play any instruments growing up, Horse?
No instruments. I was always a choir kid.
You were choir boy.
I took choir growing up, and then in high school we'd take one music class or one art class, and I took art. I can't sing or play any instruments, so.
So why did you grow up a choir boy then?
Because I had to take a music class, so I went with choir over band because I didn't know how to play an instrument.
You're just not good with your hands, so you decided to sing.
I guess not good with my voice either. So
choir is a good one where you can hide, though. You're right. I think you would have been good at music theory then, though.
Yeah. What's your go-to karaoke song?
I feel like "Don't Stop Believing" is a classic.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I think that gets the crowd going. I think being like called on stage or being like pushed on stage to do karaoke, especially like sober, is actually my biggest nightmare in the world. I think like I don't know, I would rather give like a speech at like one of the political party like conventions in front of like 500,000 people off the cuff than have to sing at a karaoke in like a dive bar. Like that's just like my deepest, darkest fear in life. That's terrible.
I learned a lot about David this episode. I feel like the truth serum is flowing.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. That's just that's my deepest fear.
Even with a few drinks in you couldn't get up there and sing. I feel like if I had a few drinks, I could get up there and sing anything.
I think I would need at least double digits, and I think I might need to do like a duet with someone. Like I would have to be able to just not remember it because I already know it'd be traumatic, Like somehow they would find tomatoes and throw them at me. They would boo, and I would just like have PTSD of hearing that, at night when I'm trying to sleep.
We got to get him to do this now, Horse. We got to find a time next year.
Relays. We got to start karaoke.
Pulling him from the tent to a karaoke bar.
No, I will sprint away. Okay. Well, the reason I asked you that is because I thought, do you remember? Did your parents ever tell you like when you're on like road trips or just driving in the car at night, and you would like turn the light on in the back of the car to find something or to read or something, and they would act like they're gonna swerve and get into like a severe accident because you have the light on in the car?
Yes, that's a good one too.
My dad told me that was illegal.
Yeah, that's
the lie that they made me believe.
Yeah, dude, they told me it was illegal too. So like, I would always be so terrified to turn it on. I would like scream at my siblings if they turned it on. Then I discovered when I got my license, like that is not illegal. I'm pretty sure I might have even asked it in like driver's ed, and the guy was just like, "No, dude, that's not illegal."
That's so fun.
My dad's a police officer, so I just believed him. So he got me on that one.
Yeah, that's scummy. I feel like he has a lot of power growing up, like just being able to convince you of any laws being a police officer.
That's hilarious.
Dang, I can't believe you can't think of like any other examples then, Horse, of your dad growing up a police officer.
I know. I was trying to think, but
was your dad ever?
Now that you said that, no, I never got tased.
You never wanted to be tased?
No, I didn't want to be either. But no pepper spray either.
Have you ever been pepper sprayed?
No, that would be off. I'd rather get tased for sure.
I'd rather get tased for sure. Yeah. As long as they don't like tase you in the nuts like in Hangover. But my buddy had a taser growing up, and we were at a sleepover one night, and one of my other buddies wanted to be tased. So I'm sure it's not like a police grade taser, but it can shock you. And like he held it up to his ribs, tased him, and he like collapsed to the ground. He like seized out. He looked like a fish out of water.
Dang.
Yeah, that was probably the wildest sleepover I've ever been to. One other thing I was thinking about was like when the microwave is going, and then you like open the microwave before the timer's done. My parents would tell me like that the microwave would explode, or like that it's not good for the microwave to do that. So if anybody's like a microwave expert that can confirm or deny that quote, please do.
That's hilarious. My parents get mad too, but I still leave it open.
So now I get like pissed at my girlfriend like when she does it, like when she's just ripping the microwave open before it's done. I'm just like, you need to either stop the timer or have some patience because it's like gonna explode the whole apartment,
the source of David's unhappiness was because of this microwave.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Probably just my parents lying to me growing up.
I do have one thing that I have thought about where I didn't give my parents enough crap for. I don't know if you've ever thought about that. But my mom's name is Rochelle. My grandpa served he was doing like repairs on army machinery stuff, and he was in like La Rochelle, France, and so that's why I named my mom Rochelle. And my mom has a sister whose name is Rachel.
Oh,
so like and my mom's older, so they named my mom Rochelle, and then they're like 3 years later they're like, let's name our next kid Rachel.
they couldn't think of anything better.
No, I don't know. They're just like, oh, we like the name Rachel. It's like, I did not give my aunt and my mom enough crap when I was younger.
No, you should have gave your grandparents crap for that.
Yeah, well, I can't give my grandparents crap.
Okay, sorry for your loss.
Too far. They're still doing well, but they're too sweet.
Oh, they're still alive?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Okay, I don't feel bad anymore then.
No, like I can't make fun of my grandparents. Do you make fun of your grandparents, Horace?
No, not really. Well, my one grandma goes to church like 6 days a week, so I probably shouldn't make fun of her.
Yeah.
And then the other one, I don't know. There's nothing really to make fun of her about. That'd be funny. So.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair enough. Now I mean, I don't really like roast my grandparents either, but sometimes like it's okay to just like call them out on some BS like grandpa, you couldn't think of anything better than Rachel when you already had a Rochelle. But like, I like Rochelle. I think Rochelle's a nice name. I grew up on Rochelle Drive as a kid, so shout out Rochelle Nielsen. I don't know her maiden name, but shout out Rochelle Nielsen now. A very sweet, wonderful woman that I'm looking forward to meeting someday.
Yeah, she's a good mom.
Is she a listener?
Sometimes, yeah. She'll be grading papers at night. She's like, "Oh, listen to your podcast."
Only sometimes.
She listens to this one.
Your own mother only listens sometimes?
I think she listens most of the time, but like not always. She'll do them like in groups. Like she's not like, "Oh, this came out, I need to listen today." I think it's like when she has some time, she binges.
Yeah, I talked to my boy Alex Albaugh the other night. Horse, do you remember Albaugh?
Yeah, I remember.
And he told me he's like 3 episodes behind. I thought he was keeping up. Like he would always give me some good feedback. And then I talked to him last night. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm on like episode 12." And I was like, "Dude, we're recording 16 tomorrow." He's like, "All right, I got some catching up to do." But speaking of that, yeah, Craig and I knew Horse from Gray Squad. I think that's where I first met you. He's also he was a pharmacy student a year younger than me and is now currently a pharmacist. Congratulations on graduating, by the way.
Thank you.
Just got to get past those boards, but I'm sure you'll pass with flying colors. But anyways, what is your favorite Gray Squad memory?
Probably like the one time we got gear.
Yeah. Yeah. How many years did you do it for?
I did it for 4 years. 4 years, yeah. I stopped P3. Well, I stopped like COVID, so
That makes sense.
So like 4 years.
What would you say you got in those 4 years? Like a T-shirt, maybe a pair of shorts?
I got a T-shirt, a pair of shorts, and a pair of sweatpants. So I got 3 things.
3 things in 4 years of service. I think that had to be the biggest scam on planet Earth, dude. Like I don't regret doing it. Don't get me wrong, because I had a lot of good memories from it, met a lot of cool people from it. But like they definitely promised
they promised
a lot of gear. Yeah, they promised a lot of gear. They would always get our sizes. Like that's even worse. Like just asking for my size and then not getting me anything.
They also had the gear in a room. Like it's not like it was not in their budget. Like they had everything.
Yeah, there's like a closet of extra things that they could have just like threw at it. Like I'm not picky. Like it could have been like a shirt that they handed out at games, or something like that, So,
or even if it was like they're just like, oh, we have 50 shirts, they're smalls, and like I'd take one and give it to my my cousin for Christmas or something. Like, ridiculous.
That was scummy. Jenny, I would like an apology letter. So please DM me. I'll send you my address, and I would really appreciate an apology letter.
And some Oklahoma gear with it.
Yeah, I would like some Oklahoma gear to make up for what happened. I think she's doing well at Oklahoma. That's good.
Yeah, she has a good gig.
Yeah, I don't really know how Jenny Branchett gets brought up like every episode that we have.
That's the Jenny effect.
Horse, I saw you lean back for a second there, and it looked like I wanted to see your T-shirt. Why don't you show everybody your T-shirt? Look at that!
Hey,
Look at that
Peaked in
custom
College
made,
T-shirt.
custom made Peaked in College T-shirt. That thing is sick.
those look
That's
fire.
unbelievable. We've been dragging our feet on making merch, and look at you, you're out here already making merch. So we just hired Horse as our new merch guy. So if you need anything, you DM us. We'll send you the prices. We'll get it all organized. So I appreciate you already offering to do that, even though you didn't offer. So thank you, Horse.
Well, just give me your addresses, and yours will be in the mail. And
I will be wearing it
and
as
you
soon
can,
as I
you can
receive.
rock them.
Oh, I will absolutely rock them. That's an awesome shirt. Well done, man. Well done.
That's awesome. I do have a question for Horse.
Yes, please ask.
Did you peak in college?
I feel like I peaked like freshman year of college.
Freshman year, okay.
Tell us why. I would like to hear why.
Well, I don't like intramurals. Like I started out like I felt like I was like pretty in shape, and then just as I went along, just kept getting more and more out of shape.
Yeah,
just getting worse and harder to show up.
Yeah, that's the progression of college. I would agree that like my freshman year, I was in the peak shape of my entire life. Like, I think like that's one of my peaks. I would say I was like a dually peaker in college, which is okay. You can peak multiple times in life, but I think I'm done peaking. And those two peaks were definitely my peaking in college. I think also like what was like tell us a little bit about your high school life. Like what did you do? Like because when you go to college as a freshman, like at least for me, like it was so nice to go to a school where like I didn't know anyone. I could just meet like all these new people, like do intramurals, like you said, like still be like competitive in sports. I found grade squad, like things like that. So tell me a little bit about how that transition was for you.
So I went to a small high school. Like we had 69 kids in our graduating class. So Drake was like pretty big. Yeah,
Dang.
actually.
69 in the nuts?
Yep.
That's hilarious.
That's a small school, damn.
Yeah, so Drake was like actually pretty big for me, so I was like fine with going there. And I knew two kids from my high school, Andy Dunham, he was in our pharmacy class. So, and then Zach Phillips, he was an Axe kid.
Oh yeah, Zach did some intramurals.
And he was on our
Gray Squad.
He was Gray Squad too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Zach.
Oh, yeah. Are you from Illinois?
No, I'm from La Crosse in Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, I knew that. Oh yeah, I knew that. Okay, La Crosse.
Yeah. So it was nice to like know a few people there, but then we could each meet our own friends and then like hang out with each other and meet more friends. So it was nice to meet people that way.
Yeah, that's cool.
Did you live with any of them going into school?
I lived with Zach, and
Okay.
he lives in the basement here. So
He lives with you now?
Yeah.
Have you lived together every single year?
So he graduated a year early. So he graduated December 2019, and then he moved in here with us in January of 2021. So we took like 13 months off. Now we're back at it.
Was that a tough time for you?
It was all right. He was close enough, so he came and visited.
Dang, you guys are like twins that were like finally separated, Now you're back together. It's kind of cool.
That's wild. Does your girlfriend know that you're a package deal with him?
Yeah, she's the one. She calls us forever roommates.
Good that she that the boundary's been set. Like she knows.
Yeah, she tells us to close the yearbook all the time.
Yeah, that's tough, man. Go to high school with someone, then you live with them for so long, and that's good. You got a friend for life. It sounds like.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Good. Yeah, that's an interesting concept. Like I've always thought about that of like going to school. If you know people, like, do you live with them? How much you interact with them? How much you like go off on your own? It sounds like you had like a good mix of living with them, being around them, but also like trying to make your own friends and then being able to like blend those groups together.
Yeah, it helped that we were in like different programs too, so we like got to know different people from our class and like same studies, so we were able to branch out that way. But
that's true. Are you still pretty close to Andy Dunham?
Yeah, he just moved to Illinois, and he's working for Walmart. And then he just got engaged in May, so his fiance is doing a residency in Illinois. So
okay, nice. And why don't you tell everybody what you're doing? What are your plans? What are you doing for work after you graduated from Drake?
Yeah, I'm working at Walgreens in Des Moines. Maybe like the sketchiest Walgreens in Des Moines. Southeast 14th and Park. And take my boards here in like 2 weeks. And then hopefully I pass those, and then I can float the Des Moines area so I don't have to stick around at one store.
You will. You don't hope that you're going to pass. You will pass. Well, this is a positive vibes only podcast.
Only positive here.
Yeah, only positive vibes. So you got to keep positive vibes and just manifest the fact that you're going to pass both on the first try. Then you get a nice little pay raise. You'll be able to float around the Des Moines area. You're going to be the head honcho.
Head horse.
Head horse. So that's going to happen, man. I believe in you and I have faith in you.
It's probably a good segue, David, into your bright bulb of the week, since we're only positive on this show.
Yeah, positive vibes only. Okay, this is kind of a mix of bright bulb and kind of depressing things, but but so I was reading this email from work. So I work at the VA, for those of you that don't know. So I was reading this email, and it was like, it's like top storylines of the week or the month. And one of the ones that I read, it says something along the lines of like they're starting a beekeeping program for veterans to help with their anxiety and PTSD. And that was kind of like my bright bulb of the week. I wrote it down because number one, like I think it's great that they're like doing these programs for the veterans to try to help with like, anxiety, PTSD, rather than just like medicating them up. Even though I'm a pharmacist, I'm not necessarily in favor of just throwing pills at people. So that is an awesome thing. That's why I threw it on the bright bulb of the week. But I also threw it at the bright bulb of the week because I thought it was hilarious. Like, that sounds like the absolute worst thing to do for someone with anxiety is to put them in a beekeeping program, because bees are like the most anxiety invoking like insects or bugs out there, So I want to see if you guys had any thoughts on that headline.
Yeah, I think it's ironic, but I mean, also it's clutch because like we need bees. Like having like a lack of bees is going to screw humanity over so much. Like I don't know if you've read much about the bee shortage, but they like with crops and plants and stuff, like we need bees, and we're kind of screwed because we don't have enough of them right now.
Yeah, I'm going to stop you there. I don't read, so I did not read anything about bees, but I have been lectured about bees being crucial for the environment. Shout out Alex Alba again. He lectured me on bees a couple years ago. So
yeah, it's a good Alba lecture.
Yeah, I didn't realize the importance of them because I used to hate bees and because they just sting you. Yeah. I think bees are far more important than wasps. I think wasps are just there to just sting you basically and just cause havoc. So I think bees, like bumblebees, are good for the ecosystem. But Horse, what are your thoughts?
Well, how does that work if someone's like allergic to bees? Are they still allowed to go through the program, or is that like a screening question?
I'm guessing that's a contraindication to being in the beekeeping program. Yeah, but have you ever seen one of those beekeeping suits? I think they keep them out pretty well.
Yeah.
But yeah, if that thing slides in there, you're a veteran, you like survived Vietnam, and then a bumblebee takes you out. Like that's tough. I don't know. That's my bright bulb of the week. That's my bright bulb of the week. So I don't know if you guys had any bright bulbs of the week, or if you just want to move into something else on that note.
I don't have any this week.
I got a quick one. I'm not a big TV show guy, but I'm into Stranger Things right now. So if any listeners like Stranger Things, hit me up. I'm on just finished season 2. So
that's your bright bulb. You've been enjoying it or something?
Yeah, I thought it fit kind of with your bee thing too, because like even though I enjoy it, like there's some tragic deaths, and the bright bulb is somewhat tainted, but it's a good show.
It's a bright bulb with a dimming mechanism.
Yeah.
So Horse, you just had a shit week or something, huh? You just got
pretty uneventful. Not shitty, just uneventful. Nothing.
What's your favorite food spot over by the Walgreens on Southeast 14th and Park? Or do they not give you lunch when you work at Walgreens? You just kind of work for 14 straight hours, no lunch, no bathroom break.
I usually I've been going to the gas station. I've been low on gas, so I've been just going to get gas and grab like a snack.
What's your favorite gas station snack?
I go to Tobacco Outlet Plus Grocery. It's
probably the sketchiest gas station you can go to.
It's a quick trip, or like Quick Star. It's
Ooh,
like,
they actually have good food there.
yeah, but they don't have a hot spot at that one since it's just tobacco. It's like a tobacco outlet. So I just grab a quick witch. Basically, it's basically just 2 pieces of cheese and a piece of meat. There's no bread or anything.
What do you mean they don't have a hot spot? Like they don't cook hot food there?
Yeah, they don't have the hot food at that
Damn.
at like those tobacco outlet plus grocery locations.
But they do have cigars.
They have humidors. Yeah.
Okay.
I used to work at one actually. The one over on Hickman.
You were okay.
Because
What
I
did
used
you
to
do
work
there?
at
Were you
I just was a cashier, yeah. Because I used to work at the warehouse because it's in La Crosse. And so when I needed a job at Drake before I worked at a pharmacy, I worked there just as a cashier.
Which location?
The one on over by Merle Hay Mall.
Damn.
It's like right off the interstate.
What's the best story you have from working there? I bet you've seen some things.
Oh my. So there's a guy who actually like, so I was working at the pharmacy and at the same time. There's a guy who used to come into the pharmacy and he came into that location one time and he would just grab like a donut and eat it, and then he'd grab some other stuff and come up to the counter and he'd like pay for, like, he'd want to pay for that stuff. I was like, oh, what about the donut? He's like, oh yeah, can you ring me up for a donut? So I rung him up, and he tried to pay with a silver Canadian dollar or something, and he's like he's like, oh, so silver's actually like priced at this value per ounce or whatever, and he's like trying to give me this piece of silver. He's like, oh, it weighs this much, so that should cover it. Plus, I should get this much in change. I'm like,
You want to
yeah,
change back?
I'm like, yeah, I can't take that. Sorry.
He wanted you to go melt it back in the back room
I
or
guess
something?
so.
Like one of those jewelry stores where they give you cash for jewelry, like your old dead grandma's jewelry. Those people are at rock bottom for sure. The people that take like their like dead, parents or grandparents' jewelry to the pawn shop or something. It's like, come on, guys. I guess I don't really know what else you're supposed to do with it.
Yeah, but he would stand in the gas station and wait for. He had to walk out with somebody. He wouldn't walk out by himself. He's like, oh, I always got to follow someone out so I can talk to them on my way out. So he would just walk around the store till someone else came in.
Just chew on more donuts.
Yeah, pretty much. And he'd always offer us some of this chocolate bar. I'm like, I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm good on that. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the offer.
So
Yikes. Craig, do you have any of those like weighing questions or what's bigger questions from last
size
episode?
matters questions.
Yeah, size matters. I like those from last episode. You got any of those?
Yeah, I went a little bit easier on y'all.
Thank you.
Oh shoot.
You lost them?
I did, but I got them right here. Okay.
All right, what do you got for me?
Let's come back. Can we do the grinds my gears?
We already grinded our gears.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah, but we can do would you rather. Do you want to do would you rather?
Okay, let's do that first.
Okay, unless you guys have any grinds my gears to add.
I actually do have one. That's my favorite. That's my favorite segment.
Oh dang! Did we skip grinds my gears?
No, you said moving, and we talked about moving.
Yeah, I did say moving. Okay, go ahead. Let's hear it, horse.
Okay, so like the biggest thing is like when I'm in a store, like going to get things, and I hate when people are just like moseying in the middle of the aisle, and I can't get around them. Like it's like bad at stores, but especially like Walmart, because when I'm going to Walmart, I have like 2-3 things I'm going in to get. I just want to get them and get out. And then there's people like with their kids just walking in the middle of the aisle and I can't get around them. And they have all that stuff like all the stuff stored in the middle of the aisles. And I'm just like waiting for an opportunity to go around them, but they're just taking their sweet time and I'm trying to get out of Walmart.
Yeah, they're always like right in front of the things that you need, like
yeah.
The kids are like climbing on the shelves and stuff. You're just like trying to grab like a box of like crackers or something, and it's always like the worst, most inopportune times. Yeah, that's a good grinds my gears. I would say that also grinds my gears. Also, what grinds my gears about Walmart, I could go on for probably a half hour about Walmart, what grinds my gears. But when you got like a cartload of stuff or even a basket load of stuff, you get up to the front counter and there's like one thing open. Like I know there's like a worker shortage and stuff, so I apologize for being negative about that. But when you get up there and then there's just like a line of like 10 people and there's one like cashier thing open, I'm just like, I'm thinking about putting each item back and leaving at this point.
It's like it's all self checkout now, so I don't even know how you get a lot of stuff there, because there's like not enough room to like bag your stuff. So I don't know how people like do their bulk of shopping at Walmart anymore.
Well, that's the problem. Yeah. Well, like when I get more than like 10 items, I have to go in the normal checkout aisle, and then there's like 10 other people, and there's one thing open, and then the rest are all self checkouts. Like I can't take a cart full of things there, you know. Like it is a good way to save money, but dang, I can't believe I just like kind of blew past grinds my gears. Well, thank you for your participation. Do you have anything else that grinds your gears that you've been saving up?
Anything with Zach?
I think I just had that one.
Yeah, what's the worst thing about living with Zach?
I mean, he just stays in the basement pretty much, comes up, eats his meals, and will watch TV upstairs. Nothing really.
He's a pretty good roommate then?
Yeah, he's good.
All right, well, you passed the second test of the episode, so good job. Congratulations. You're not burning any bridges on this episode of Peaked in College, so this has been a good appearance for you so far. Craig, did you have any grinds my gears? Sorry for blowing past that segment.
No, you're good. Just people who blow past me on my podcast.
Yeah, that's really not like me, because grinds my gears is one of my big focus, you know?
It's in positive vibes only on this podcast now, I guess.
I thought I had something else that I wanted to talk about.
Oh, no, I do have kind of one I wanted to kind of complain about. Just how, like, I feel like in the spring, everyone just has the anticipation of summer, and then everyone ends up scheduling a ton of stuff. And then, like, it gets to be the summer, and you just want to enjoy things, and there's just always something going on. Because, like, in the spring, you just planned way too much. That's how I'm feeling.
Do you think your summer's just too busy?
Yeah, and it like I see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like August is going to be super chill, but it's been way too busy.
Yeah, dude, my July has been like crazy too.
Imagine moving right now.
Yeah, beginning of July. Let's see. So I finished my residency June 17th. I don't know when the last episode of Peaked in College dropped, but finished residency June 17th. I moved, packed up my stuff into a U-Haul, drove it to Des Moines from Iowa City, packed up all of Jackie's stuff in there, then drove it to Omaha. We can't move into our apartment until this week, Thursday. So we had to drop it off and unload it all in Jackie's mom's garage. So it's all sitting in her garage right now as we speak. And then now Thursday we're getting our keys. And so we go and we pack up like our cars and drive a couple loads, and then we're getting another U-Haul, packing up that U-Haul and driving it to the apartment and unloading it at the apartment. So it's been like the move from hell. Like you can't put together a worse move, in my opinion. And something I want to talk about on the podcast too, that from the move that I just remembered, when I was like packing up my stuff in my apartment, you know, obviously like Jackie won't let me use some of my furniture because it's just not nice furniture, obviously, and like she's gonna do most of the decorating and stuff. So like I could use like the furniture from the street, and I have no problem with that.
Yep.
You know, like that didn't fly with her, so I had to get rid of stuff, and my stuff was so shitty that I took it to Goodwill. And Goodwill was like, yeah, dude, we don't want any of this. Even Goodwill was
No
like,
way.
yeah, they were like, we can't sell this. Like, I took like my pots and pans and like some furniture and things like that. And they're like, yeah, we can't sell any of this. Like, we don't want that. So they made me take it back and drive it to like a dumpster and drop it off at a dumpster. So that's how bad my stuff is, that even Goodwill didn't want it.
I've never even heard of that. That's
I know, me neither. I thought they'd take everything, dude. I was so insulted. Like, that was like rock bottom for me.
Dang.
And then to make matters worse, I got double slapped in the face, once by Goodwill, once by Salvation Army. So Salvation Army does like furniture pickups. They like have you ever guys ever heard of this? So like
Will they come and pick your stuff off?
Yeah, like I had like a couch and like a futon and things like that like I couldn't fit in my like sedan. So I scheduled this pickup with Salvation Army. Well, we get all the stuff outside to have them pick it up because that's what they told me I had to do. And like they came and picked up like one item, and all the other items were in the dumpster at my apartment. Even Salvation Army, even the pickup guys were like, yeah, dude, we don't want this. So like I had like TV stand, nightstand, like coffee table, all that stuff was just in the dumpster, just like obliterated because the guys didn't want to take it. So I was looking like a king in Iowa City, as you can see.
Now you're in the Wild West.
You know what's a moneymaker? People should put rear view cameras on U-Hauls.
Yeah.
There's no rear view cameras on those?
No, dude, it's like impossible to back up.
What do
Luckily,
you, yeah, what the heck?
that summer job that I had that I was mentioning earlier in the episode, like we drove U-Hauls all the time because we were a U-Haul shop too, and I got really good at backing those things up. But like, how do you have like a 20-foot truck with no backup camera and you're supposed to like back them up? You always back them up, when you move. So I'm like, dang, they should just slap like a rear view camera on these bad boys.
It'd be so easy to do that. I thought the same thing.
Yeah, just put a little monitor, like stick a little camera on there. Like I think U-Haul is just as cheap as possible.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because another thing that grinded my gears about U-Haul was we rented this truck, and the truck gas level was in the middle. It was like half full. So depending on how you look at it, half full, half empty. See how optimistic you are. This is a Positive Vibes Only podcast. It was half full. And I was like, this is so scummy because now I need to like try to do the math and figure out how much gas I need to put back into it when I return it. If it was just full, I could just fill it back up. You know what I'm saying? So I think you all just like didn't want to obviously fork over the cash to top them all off, which makes sense. But then I have to pay the price.
Yeah. I hate when it's just not full. Like it sucks.
I know. It's like
I thought they filled them up every time before they were renting them out.
yeah, so did I, horse. So like when I sat in them, like I was like, see, because I think when we had our U-Haul place, we would always fill them up. Because I had to go fill them up sometimes with the company card. But then when I got this U-Haul and they're like, yeah, it's half full, you got to return it back. I think they're banking on the fact that you're going to put more gas in than how you like returned it. So obviously I had to put like an extra like whatever $10, and in today's climate, it cost me like $150 in gas or something.
So bad.
Yeah.
I've got, now that you talked about your brilliant business idea, I've got one for you.
Okay.
Okay. I actually think like we could make a ton of money doing this. So how cool would it be if like we signed a deal with some like college athlete, signed him to an NIL deal, and it has to be a basketball player who has goggles, and we put cameras in his goggles, and that view was like being streamed live, and you could watch like real speed, first person point of view, like college D1 basketball. Or like NBA players too, but there's not that many NBA players with goggles. But wouldn't that be sweet? Like, would you watch that if you were a consumer?
Yeah, I think it's a really cool idea, but it sounds like kind of expensive. What do we have to get them? Like those Google glasses?
Yeah, I mean, we'd have investors, angel investors. If any angel investors are listening, want to invest in our company.
Yeah, all my friends are poor, dude. I don't know who I'm gonna ask.
But wouldn't that be a cool experience? Like if like there's a point guard, and you could see like their vision and like what like see them threading the needle. I think that'd be a cool add-on to like ESPN, or TNT like shows.
No, I think it's a good idea. I think I would watch it like where they do like little clips, like wow, what a pass from XYZ. Let's go to the goggle cam and see what he was looking at there. Yeah, like I wouldn't watch it full time, but like I could go little cutouts. Yeah.
Yeah, not a whole game. Yeah.
No. Well, why don't you just like strap a GoPro to their forehead or something?
That's a good point.
Why do they have to have goggles?
I don't know. I just like goggles.
I feel like you could do that with a helmet. You could stick it on a helmet.
Yeah, you can.
I feel like we might be violating some, NCAA or NBA like equipment protocols, but
yeah, we'd have to definitely work out the kinks. But I think it's a good idea. I think you're onto something.
Okay, I'll come back with more details.
Yeah, come back. We'll see how our Dogecoin is doing. See if we have enough to get it started, and then we'll go from there.
We don't. Dogecoin is dead.
All right, we'll put everything we have left in Dogecoin into Bitcoin and see what happens.
Okay. Well, I mean, now's the time to buy, I guess.
Okay. Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say I got my 3. If we want to transition to that,
or transition. Let's transition. What do you got?
All right. So I went with things that I thought were a little bit more tangible. And so let's with 2 of you, should I give Horse the option of like bigger or smaller, and then you say, and then you're the other one, David, or do you want to do them separately?
Yeah, I think just let Horse go first, and then I'll see if I agree or disagree.
Okay. So 222 feet, is that taller or shorter than the Leaning Tower of Pisa? I started with an easy one for you all.
I have no clue. I've never been to Europe. I would say it'd have to be shorter, right? 200. I feel like but I have heard it's smaller than you think.
Yeah,
Oh.
my vote is it's taller, it's longer because that's what 20 basketball hoops. So imagine putting 20 basketball hoops on itself. Like the Leaning Tower Pizza is pretty big, but I don't think it's that big because if it was that big, it would have tipped over by now.
I feel like you said it's easy, so I don't know. I'll go 222 shorter.
And
I'll
you're
say,
your
yeah, I'm
opposite.
gonna say longer. What's the answer, Craig?
The Leaning Tower Pizza is 185 feet tall.
Jeez.
Oh, good start, horse. 0 for 1, buddy. All right, what do you got next, Craig?
Okay, so this one is inspired by our guest Horse. I don't know if you've ever heard the measurement a hand, but hands are used to measure horses. How many hands tall? Actually, no, sorry, I'll say the number. 17 hands. Is Danny DeVito shorter or taller than 17 hands?
Is it like a hand, like a physical hand?
That's how it became a bout, but there is an exact measurement now that they use for an official hand.
I'm pretty sure I'm like 17 too, so I think he's definitely shorter.
You know how many hands you are?
My girlfriend shows horses.
Oh God, you guys are a perfect match.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he's shorter.
Damn, you guys are soulmates, dude. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Range mates.
Yeah, I guess I'll agree then. It sounds like Horse is the expert on hand measurements, so I'm gonna go ahead and say Danny DeVito is shorter than 17 hands.
Danny DeVito is 15 hands tall.
15 hands, damn, he's taller than I thought. I thought he was maybe about 8 or 9 hands.
But I mean, Horse, how tall are you?
I'm like 6'1", 6'2".
Okay, so if a hand is so you might be about 5 feet tall then or so. Okay, last one. Also,
hand measurements are longer than I thought.
Also, ranch inspired. The average adult pig is more or less than 600 pounds.
I think I know this answer actually. So,
Like, wait,
600
adult, like
pounds.
how? My girlfriend has a potbelly pig at her farm.
What, dude?
But they're like smaller. Because she's like, I don't know, she's like 400 pounds, but I'm gonna go less.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say less. I actually met a couple pigs this weekend. I was at a wedding in Iowa, so I met a few pigs there, and they were about, I think, 200 and 250 pounds. So I'm gonna go less.
Okay. Yeah, the average pig or adult pig is 550 pounds. So
Damn,
right.
Dude, that's a big pig. Because these pigs I saw were pretty big pigs.
Small.
Are you saying the average pig at the Iowa State Fair or the average pig that just exists?
Just the average adult pig.
That must be with all the steroids when we're making them into bacon and pork chops.
That's a lot of bacon.
Yeah, those are the average size factory pigs. You should have mentioned that. All right, I'm gonna do Would You Rather's if you have time. Do you have time, Craig, or we gotta cut it off? All right, let's do some Would You Rather's quick before we gotta go for the night. Would you rather have a personal maid or a personal chef? And Horse Zach might be both for you, but you got to pick one.
I feel like I would rather cook than clean, so I'm personal maid. I would rather cook, like grill and try some recipes and stuff. So I'd rather have the maid.
You know, if you like want to cook for the night, the personal chef is not going to like slap you in the hands and tell you can't cook in your own house. But you still going with the maid.
There's so much more things to clean in the house, I feel like, than cook.
Okay.
Like only 3 meals a day versus like you gotta do bathrooms, you gotta vacuum. Yeah, do they do laundry?
Yeah, they do laundry, I would say.
Oh, I'm definitely going with the maid, I think.
Okay. Craig, what are your thoughts?
I could not disagree more, Horse. I could not disagree more.
All right. Yeah.
A personal chef would be so fire. Whip me up some junk food. Whip me up some breakfast. Like, I'd get an omelet every day. I think part of the reason, too, I'm like this is because I'm very fortunate. My fiance is super clean, and so she does most of the cleaning anyways. So I kind of get a freebie there because I don't have to clean that much, and the house is already, or the apartment's really clean already. So
if you had a personal chef, you would wake him up at like 2 a.m. when you come home from bar clothes to make you some food?
Yeah.
You're a scumbag. I would agree, though, with Craig. Sorry, Horse. I would say a personal chef, mainly because I'm not a good cook. So I think like having someone there that could just cook me some fire meals would be pretty sweet. I don't mind cleaning. Like obviously I would never volunteer to do it, but it's kind of satisfying to like, clean up a messy area, I think. I think it's more satisfying to organize than it is to clean. So maybe we have some problems running into that. I don't really like to like scrub or do things like that, but uh, yeah, I would go ahead and vote for personal chef. Okay, excellent participation. Thank you guys. Um, okay, would you rather be an extra in an Oscar-winning film, or would you be the lead in a box office bust? So as an extra, I'm not talking about like, it's a movie about the Boston Marathon and it like shows your face for a second, like running in the crowd. I'm talking about like you're definitely not the main character. You're probably like the 10th character. You're in like maybe 2 or 3 scenes.
I think I'd rather be the extra, just because I'm bad at acting, and I would like. I think being the lead would be fun if I was good at it, but I know I'd be bad at it, and so, you
What
know,
if it's not you though? Like imagine like you're really good at it.
I think taking home some hardware would be cool.
Okay. So you're a team player. Okay, Horse, what do you got to say?
I think if I'm good at it, even if the box office bus, I feel like I still get paid more to be the lead. But if it's like me now, like I'm not good at acting, then I'd probably do the Oscar. But if I'm actually good at acting, then I'd feel like I'd do the box office bus just for the
Yeah,
paycheck.
I think in this thing you have to think that you're a good actor because if we're all just ourselves, then we'll just be extras so we don't have like all that pressure. But like if you're like say you're Zac Efron or you're Channing Tatum or something, like you're a great actor, but you're like an
I like those are
extra.
the guys you bring up.
Yeah. Yeah. I like those 2 guys. So imagine if you were them, but like it was a bust. Yeah, I'm gonna have to side with Horse on this one, and I would be the lead actor in a bust because you get a nice fat paycheck up front. You're obviously going to get some popularity from it, which you can get some extra cash down the road through little, sponsorships or whatever. But I do think it would be kind of embarrassing to be a bust in a film. But maybe if you do a good job acting, you can still get like best male actor or something. Isn't that an Oscar? You can win an Oscar there.
Yeah.
So see, Craig, you limited yourself. You said you only thought
Hey,
that just the film.
I have hardware you don't.
Yeah, we'll get some hardware. Me and Horse will get some hardware. All right, excellent, excellent. Okay, you kind of hinted at watching Stranger Things a little bit, Craig. So you might like this one. This is the last one. Would you rather only be able to watch Christmas movies or horror movies?
I think horror. Like, I'm not even a big horror movie guy, but Christmas movies don't really do it for me.
Okay, we got the Grinch over here. Horse, what do you got to say?
I'm definitely with Craig. I
Oh,
can like watch Christmas movies and like listen to Christmas music. It has to be after Thanksgiving. I can't do it anytime before then, so I have to go horror movies.
I mean, I definitely like your reasoning a lot better. Like, it'd be tough to sit down in July and watch, The Grinch Stole Christmas or Elf. But I think if I had to pick one, it would definitely be Christmas movies. Like, it just makes you feel jollier. I like Christmas music. Horror movies just kind of freak me out, give me nightmares. So I would like to avoid those if possible.
Who are you and what have you done with David Wood?
Dude, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a jolly guy. You disagree?
I need to reach out to your girlfriend and see if you're okay.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Okay. That's good. We've done a good job of keeping it moving so far. I know we've gone a long time. I apologize to people listening if you're tired of us. But I just want to finish up. We have to finish up with this top three today. We always finish up with that segment. What do you think of that segment, Horse, as a guy coming in? You like that top three today segment or no?
I like top three. Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones. Right behind Grinds My Gears.
Okay, Grinds My Gears is your favorite. All right, that's good to hear. I'm glad that people like Grinds My Gears.
That's my
Okay.
girlfriend's favorite too.
She likes that one too. Okay, good. Well, tell her thanks for listening. I appreciate that. All right, top three today. I thought we need to come up with something when we have a guest on that has a lot of good options. So I thought of sauces or condiments. So what are your top three sauces or condiments? We're gonna go ahead and start with number 3. Horse, you get to go first.
Number 3, I feel like a good barbecue sauce. It's pretty versatile. Like honey, like go on wings. Can go with like barbecue foods.
If you're desperate, you could stick some fries in it on your
Yep.
drink.
I
Good
think
call.
probably if I had to go like Sweet Baby Ray's, if I had to go specific barbecue.
Sweet Baby Ray's original or honey barbecue or spicy, sweet and spicy?
Probably original. I like original.
Okay, Sweet Baby Ray's is an excellent barbecue sauce.
That's a good one to start with.
Yeah,
Can't
I have
go
a
wrong
Twitter
with Sweet
account.
Baby Ray's.
I have a Twitter account called Sweet Davy Rays where I cover Tampa Bay Rays baseball. So give me a follow on that if you could. Okay, Craig, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is a strong mustard.
Oh,
I've been really into mustard this summer. Like, throw it on some hot dogs, throw it on a burger, throw it on my potatoes. Like, just give me just a dense mustard. I'm about it. Or a pretzel. Oh.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad you took that one because I had no intentions of taking that one. This is tough because I'll be honest, I'm a big sauce guy, big condiment guy. You know, I've had this one on the top 3 today list for a long time. Thought special occasion, we got horse on, let's bring it out. You know, I'm gonna have to go with my number 3. I'm gonna say Chick-fil-A sauce. Okay. I think it's versatile. You know, I like that reasoning horse that you gave. Very versatile. You can stick some chicken tenders in there. You can put it on your sandwich, dip some fries in there. It's a great complement to a lot of different things. So I'm going to go ahead and say Chick-fil-A sauce is my number 3. Now, I would argue any day that it could be a number 1 or a number 2, but for the sake of this exercise, I'll keep it at 3.
That's good. Yeah, it's Chick-fil-A sauces. Again, kind of like Sweet Baby Ray's. Like, it's a little less controversial, I feel like, than a mustard. You know, you can't go wrong with either of those two.
Yeah, mustard's controversial. Okay, Horace, what's your number 2?
I gotta go probably sriracha. It was like close to my number 1.
Okay, sriracha.
I like it on rice. I put it on my sandwiches. I put it pretty much on anything. Breakfast food.
Are you a big spicy guy? You like spicy things?
I try to increase my spice tolerance, but just a little bit of sriracha. I can't use too much but I do like spicy stuff.
Okay, that's a good answer. I like that. Craig?
I'm gonna follow with the hot theme. I'm going with Frank's hot sauce.
Frank's hot is your go-to?
Yeah, well, I love other hot sauces, and I think like Frank's is like I like hotter hot sauce and like fancier hot sauces, but like Frank's is just like a comfort level for me now. Like I throw it on pizza, I can throw it on anything, and like I'm gonna like it. So I think it's pretty versatile too.
Okay, I'll keep the same theme. I'm gonna go with Cholula. Cholula hot sauce is my favorite hot sauce. I think it's good on eggs, which I never thought I would like.
Yeah,
it's great on quesadillas. You know, great on whatever kind of food you're eating. I think that's the best hot sauce, at least in my opinion. So, all right, good theme on the hot sauce for number 2. Horace, what do you got for your number 1? Take it home.
My number 1, it was between this and another one, but I'll leave the other one because I think one of you is probably gonna have it. But this is like my new favorite. I got it at Sam's Club. It's truffle sauce. It's like a black truffle infused like buffalo sauce. It's so good.
Sounds like a party in the mouth.
It's like, I don't know. It's so good. I've been eating it a lot lately. Chicken.
Just keep the sauce plain.
Almost. I was gonna say, what do you put it on?
I did on turkey sandwich today. Chicken wrap last night. I'm putting it on like anything I can think it'll be okay on.
Versatile. Okay. Wow, that sounds fire.
So I think you should try it if you can find it. I don't know if they have it or not.
Okay.
They might.
Okay.
But it came in a 2-pack, and I was like, well, this might be a gamble, but
yeah, that's a risk.
It was worth it. It was worth it. It's
buying a new sauce at a bulk warehouse store is a real risky thing, but I like it. I like you kind of put yourself out there, and it worked out for you. So good. I'm glad.
Mine is not as bold as that, but it's my favorite sauce. Give me some Hidden Valley Ranch.
Ugh.
Was that what you were gonna say, Horace?
That was like my other number 1. That's like my other one. That
my
was
Wisconsin
like,
boys for
you
sure.
You had mustard and ranch in your top 3 condiments.
You don't like ranch, David?
I don't like ranch. No, I'm not a ranch guy.
Oh my!
I think it's actually disgusting.
I think you're disgusting.
Yeah, I know. That's
like hot sauce and ranch, and like dip my fries in it. Oh, it's so good.
Horace knows what's up.
Ranch
Trump-
on
I've heard of like
sandwiches.
like a
Mhm.
buffalo ranch. I've heard of that. Yeah, but that's gross. I
Put it
mean,
on pizza. You put it on
uh,
everything.
yeah, my girlfriend Jackie loves ranch. Like I always send her like memes or TikToks or whatever of like people just guzzling ranch and say it reminds me of her because it's just disgusting. I hate ranch. Um, okay, this is tough for me. Not because of this selection. I think this is an easy one for me, but leaving some off the board is tough. So maybe we could do a little round of honorable mentions or something. But my number one, far and away, is Raising Cane sauce. So Raising Cane's is my favorite fast food restaurant. The sauce is a perfect complement to the tenders, the Texas toast, and the fries. So I just, I love Raising Cane sauce. I would drink it by the cup if I had the opportunity. So thank you, Raising Cane's, for changing my life in Lincoln, Nebraska that one Saturday afternoon. And now it's my favorite sauce, my 1-1.
Nostalgia in the mouth.
Yeah, exactly. My honorable mention is Asian Zing sauce. It was really hard for me to not put that in my top three, but I love Asian Zing. The problem is it's not super versatile. I put it on like chicken patties or like with chicken tenders or something, but like beyond that, I mean, there's not that much use to it for me.
With my honorable mention, I'm going to give a shout out to your top three from last show, David. Those Frito barbecue twirly things. Had those on a road trip. They saved my road trip. So
Yeah, they're fire. That's not a sauce, though. I don't know really.
No, I know, but like I need to give it a shout out because it was they were worth the hype.
Okay, good. I'm glad you enjoyed them. It's always a good feeling when you turn someone on to something,
Yeah, yeah.
Horst, any honorable mentions?
I've won like sweet chili like sauce, but the only thing I've ever had on is like wings.
Yeah,
So
I
like,
mean that's
the
sort
only
of
thing
like
I could think using it on is like sweet chili. So
yeah, I would say that's kind of like an Asian zing a little bit. Like I like
yeah,
going to like restaurants and getting like Asian chili wings or something like that, sweet chili, something like that. So that's a good choice. Here's a more controversial one. I want to see what you guys thought. Are you guys honey fans? Like pure honey? Not pure honey, like like the honey that like is sold in bottle, like the little teddy bear bottles.
From old people home bees
Yeah,
factories.
yeah, from the veterans beekeeper facilities, exactly. It's shipped directly out.
I like honey.
I used to put it on my peanut butter sandwiches. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, dude, I discovered you can put it in smoothies.
Mm-hmm.
So I started putting it in smoothies a little bit in there, and
Natural
then
sweetener.
it's excellent on chicken tenders, chicken nuggets, things like that. So just give it a dip next time you guys give it a shot, okay?
Yeah, I think it's a good cooking ingredient too. Like, if you're making something that has like a, like a mustard sauce, you could throw some honey in there, and then it's a honey mustard.
Yeah, hold the mustard and do the honey. Yeah,
Yeah.
like some honey chicken breast or something. Yeah, excellent. Okay, well, I think this concludes episode 16 of Peaked in College. Unless you guys have anything else that you want to talk about today.
Thanks for coming on, Horse. This was a blast.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course, thanks for coming on, man. It was awesome having you. Good to see you. It's been a while. It's not counting relays. It's probably been like 2 years. So, COVID struck, and I haven't seen your beautiful face in a long time. So, good to have you on. Hopefully the fans are just itching to have you back, and we'll have you back in a couple episodes.
Good deal. Thanks for having me.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you all for listening. This is episode 16 of Peaked in College. Let me see if I can find the stopped record button. Hold on, bear with me here.